Coach Greg Schafer here with us. And I tell you what, Guy, you should never gotten into the postal department. You missed your calling. You have these outstanding sophomore teams, and here you come in, decide to coach a little basketball, and come home with a state championship.
Well, I'll tell you what a lot of that is the fact that we've had good girls. I've been blessed with good girls every year. They all work hard. Got one of the best assistants you could ever hope for. Had the support of the administration all the way through. And, the fan support today, thank you, Flora. That was fantastic.
I tell you what, though, if you're up here next year, I'm going to bring a flag along for you. So instead of having to call for a timeout verbally, you can just raise the flag and wave it.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, in defense of the officials, it's pretty loud in here. So Jim was hollering at me one time, and I was 5 feet away from him, and I couldn't hear him. So, and Andy tried to get that time out there at the end, and hats off to Carterville. What a great team.
Yeah.
We beat a great team, and they're well coached, very athletic, but, we had the chemistry this year, and we got it done.
Coach, your previous 2 games this tournament, you've had some problems in the late going of the ball games. You had some leads, and teams kept trying to come back on you, and you had some problems with the turnovers and things like that. Tonight, it's the late stages of the ball game under pressure that the girls won this.
Yeah, it was. Well, we had that 10-point lead in the third quarter, and when they called that timeout after we went up 10, so don't get comfortable. Because, they weren't 25-0 before this game for, just by magic and by mirrors. They're a good team, and they made their run, and they came back and, took the lead on us a couple times, and it just seemed like that's the way this team's been all year. They'll have some adversity within the game, and then they'll turn around and they'll pull it out. They're just gutsy, hard-working kids. When we take the floor, nobody's scared of us by our height. But our quickness and our just desire and our hustle, has overcome a lot this year.
Well, I really, to be very honest with you, thought you were going to have some problems here today because you definitely had some height disadvantage out on the floor there this evening. And you also were going up against a really good out-court shooter in the English girl who you didn't get many opportunities to shoot from out-court. I think the only 3 she took tonight was one that went in. But defensively, you did a good job against her.
Yes, we did. Well, and that was one of the things we focused on in practice the last couple of days. We had some game film, and, thanks to Jeannie Moses for sitting and filming the game the other night for us when Carterville and El Dorado played. We saw what they did and what their tendencies were, and, we worked, and Jessica Eaton did a great job getting out on her. Allison Carter is so disruptive. I always say it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And, wow, what a competitor. She got that steal at the end. Made that layup. And, Coach Jennings was grabbing me. We were jumping up and down. It's like, well, it's not over yet. But, we did what we had to do to shut her down.
I think there was another key down there, too. I'm not sure you keyed on it, but it certainly looked to me like you did, and that was their inside game with the Leaper girl. I thought she was very good against El Dorado the other day. We watched about a half of that ball game, and she was pretty tough inside. We scored several points down there, and you guys were able to shut that inside game off as well.
Yeah, we were, and we focused on that in practice. We saw what her tendencies were too, and we took a lot of her strengths away from her. And they're still going to get their points if they're a good ball player, but Crimson's pretty good, and she can shut it down. And Anana and Jess, all year, Deandra Burgess, they've been unsung heroes. They're the kind of grunts. They get out there and they help take care of the ball. They screen off. They play defense. They're the ones that are on the floor after the ball, and they don't get a lot of the glory because they don't score a lot of points. But, those girls play tough. Jessica and Anana play a lot bigger than their size under the basket.
Well, I thought Eaton did a real good job in helping preserve the calm out on that court. If you're in trouble, get her the ball, and she's going to take pretty good care of it. She's going to get it back to somebody without losing the ball. So she does a good job out there. She also shows that she can shoot under pressure. That was a big momentum builder, that 3 she hit out there. And Weller is somebody that she's the kind of kid I like that goes out there and beats the boards and don't see much out of her. She's the one that for years I've always called the blue-collar worker, you know, that goes down there and gets her hands dirty and doesn't see much glory, but you wouldn't be the same team without her.
No. You know, she's on the floor so much, we gave her the nickname Raggedy Anna. But, you know, she does. She plays hard. And Jessica, I told her all year, I said, you know, she'll get upset if she has a game where she doesn't score. And I told her, I said, do you really think you're out there for your offense? At any points you score as a bonus for us, you're out there to rebound, play defense, and help get the ball up the floor. And, you know, you got to remember on our man-to-man offense, she's the first option every time we get the ball to her. She's the one that has to get it to the cutters and make the decision there or reverse the ball. You know, so, I mean, we trust her decision-making, and, you know, it's just been a total team effort this year.
Deanna Burgess is another one of the quiet links for this successful ball club, although she also showed that she could put some points on the board when need to.
Yeah.
But she doesn't take any of those shots unless it's a percentage shot, and Stitch is out there working that ball around. She seems like she's a key. Is Post a good word to use here in your offense? It seems like a lot of the offense works around her, through her handling the ball and getting it back into certain places.
And she's another one that makes good decisions, and she's able to knock that 12-foot, 15-foot shot down. I mean, she can be deadly on that. She doesn't force anything. You know, she does help take care of the ball. She's a good complement to Allison, defensively and offensively. They work well together. Dee is a very smart player, you know, is a good word to say. She just knows what to do to get it done. And I, you know, she's another one, like I said, she's an unsung hero, but she's done a great job.
Great effort by your bench, and particularly with Jerica Leib. Not so much today, although some kids seen action. But probably if not for Leib, you wouldn't be playing today.
You know, Jerica stepped in the other night, and I don't think she had scored for 3, 4, 5 ball games. Stepped in the other night and hit 7 big points, and I think the basket she made against Carlisle was a backbreaker for them because they had got it back to 3, and she hit that little jumper from the elbow, and we just kind of took off. I think they scored 1 basket the rest of the game after that. But, yeah, Jerica's just such a good kid. She's always got a smile on her face. She works hard, never say anything bad about anybody. You know, I think she is like Curtis is. You know, Curtis is the best guy you'll ever meet. You know, and Bailey Pierce has come off the bench, you know, some this year, and she helps. And, you know, Shelby Kaler, and, you know, it goes on. And, you know, the other girls get lost in the shuffle because they don't get a lot of playing times in games. But they're kind of the cannon fodder for the first string every practice. They're the ones that have to play defense, or they have to run what the other team's offense does. And, you know, they get beat on and all that. And, you know, they've all contributed, and I'm really proud.
Not a whole lot that you can say about Allison Carter and Crimson Jones, other than the fact that they are pretty good.
They're pretty good. You know, and a big key to this year, we knew Crimson was one of the better players in the area. And, you know, I talked to him before, over the summer when we played, talked to him before the season started, said, you know, everybody is going to key their defense to stop Crimson. So you guys have got to step up, and you'll be open if you step up, and that will open things back up for her. And Allison, wow, she works. I know I've talked to her mom and dad, and she'd come home from the game, and if she had a bad shooting game, she'd go out in her shed and shoot for an hour. Just, you know, just continuous, just tireless worker. I was watching the film of the Carlisle game. She looks like a little water bug out there. She just never stops. And she got that big steal and made the layup and that, and, you know, she hit some big shots, and, you know, she's going to have a good career in high school, too. And Crimson, you know, the sky's the limit for both of them, just however hard they want to work from this point on.
Well, with Crimson, she made an awfully big rebound and followed up with a basket that gave you that 1-point lead. And then the steal and the 2-point basket gave you the 3-point lead. And I already said this, I'll say it again. Without those 2 plays, you would have been working on a 1-point ball game with an opportunity for them to win on a couple of free throws or a 2-point shot. They had to make the 3 to win that ball game.
That's true. And, you know, Crimson did such a good job. She played the whole 4th quarter with 4 fouls. you know, that's what Jim and I decided, you know, we got to go for broke here. You know, it's a state championship game. If she fouls out, Jeff has 4 fouls too. If they foul out, they foul out. But, you know, we got to go down with our best guns blazing. And she played very smart in that fourth quarter. She had, you know, she's grown so much in the last couple of years at overcoming adversity. You know, she got her pocket picked on that one, and they laid it in. But she turned right around. She got down the court, and she made a shot for us. And, you know, yeah, it's so good to deal with, be able to coach kids like Crimson, Allison, the rest of the group, and just how hard they work. And, you know, like I said, the sky's the limit for them.
Greg, thank you for coming up to talk to us, and congratulations and thanks from the whole town of Florida for the great job you did with these kids, winning this 34-31, the Class L State Championship. Congratulations to you and the girls, and we certainly appreciate you coming up and talking with us.
Thank you, Kenny. Thanks to WON, and thanks to all the fans from Florida. Great support. Thank you very much.
Okay, very good.